besides like the big pay-per-views, it's really hard to talk about these. Okay, at the end of the day, for hardcore fans, these cards are fun. But if we're talking name value, like a guy like you, if I'm not talking about Conor McGregor,
I'm sorry, Sam.
if I'm not talking about John Jones, you don't care at all.
I'm sorry, and I know. I can admit that to you, though.
Yeah, and I know that.
I like being honest. So,
but like the reason I do my content on MMA is I want you guys to get excited about these cards like I do. Like I know how entertaining a lot of these guys are, but it's hard to talk about,
But it's hard to sell it to people.
Yeah, it's hard to sell it to people when they haven't watched them or they're new to the sport. Like especially if I talk about grappling, most people are like, I don't want to watch people grapple,
Yeah, I mean, who does those? But I get what you're saying, though. Yeah. I told you like the Gracie's dad ruined it for me. Like when he was on the ground with that one guy for a whole hour on a like a really old UFC event. I was like, what?
That's rough, but that's not
current day UFC.
But I'm not going to promote a grappler who is just going to hold position. I'm promoting these grapplers who go for finishes. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, this guy's so exciting. He likes to hold people on the ground for 25 minutes and then they get up.
Well, one of the I've told you this before, but your passion for UFC makes me like it more because it's cool to be around people who are passionate about stuff like that. Like it's actually really nice to see. Like not many people are passionate about certain things, right? Like so, instead of you having like a Coke addiction, like some people I know, then you have a UFC addiction, and it's great to see that, dude.
Hush on my Coke addiction.
Right? Like you can start that whenever you want, but if that's up to you, right? Like you're grown, but. I'd rather you have a UFC addiction for the rest of our life than a powder one, right? So I mean, the way you talk about it is amazing. There's a lot of people you've put me on. I didn't know who fucking Max Holloway was before all this or Charles Oliveira. I didn't know any of that. You put me onto a lot of good people, and I'm entertained by it.
That's good to hear.
And so I wouldn't have known about any of that stuff. I keep up with this stuff now because of you, and it's entertaining. I love it. It's just. I don't know why I haven't gravitated to it like you have, but I mean, maybe that's in the pipeline.
Maybe that'd be crazy.
Like I can't get you to like Drake the way I like Drake, but you still. Sam said he had a good diss track. Sam the other day we went to.
I can appreciate greatness. Like as much as I hate on LeBron, I try to give him his flowers, and I'm not trying to pray that he gets hurt, but
that's horrible.
That was old me.
Yeah, that's not you. So it's like, that's not me anymore.
My friend's like, bro, you prayed LeBron would get hurt in game 1 of this one series in 2012. And I'm like, bro, I was like 22.
Yeah, well, we all say dumb shit when we're in our early 20s. I try to tell people that, like, hey, you say it now. Say the dumb stuff now, because when you're me and Sam's age, it looks bad.
Yeah.
You can't be 30 preying on people's downfalls injury wise, right? Like, right? But like, if you're Emily and Braden's age, like, yeah, bro, prey on people's downfalls, dude.
Yeah, I want all the money. Fuck.
Yeah, dude. Like, snake your friends, snake people. It's like early 20s is built for that. Like, when you're being Sam's age, you can't do that kind of stuff. You can have an alcohol problem and like be visible. Okay. You can't.